Hello, my name is James Hollerson, and this is my final project for the CS50 course from Harvard and edX Online. So for my project, I chose to do a proof of concept of a blockchain running on my local machine. So this blockchain project has a blockchain with hashing, with a hashing algorithm that goes back to the Genesis block. You can create wallets, you can create tokens, you can transact between the wallets, and that's about everything that I'm going to be demonstrating today. So, first things first, we're going to want to make some wallets. Inside my little folder here, we don't have any wallets right now. This isn't actually a wallet, there's no wallets in here, and we will see in a second how to create a wallet. So we're going to make a wallet here, first of all. And we're going to make a password for this wallet. We're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Redo that again. And we've created a wallet. It should pop up here. So our first wallet has public key here. The private key, you'd never show this in a real world scenario, but this is just to demonstrate that we have a public-private key pair going on. It has this address. It has 0 in it right now, and this is the password. So again, this is sensitive information in a real world scenario, but for the purposes of demonstration, we're going to show everything here today. So we have one wallet here, and on my machine these exist as JSON format strings in a text file. We're going to come over here to our second node, and we're going to make another wallet here. So we're going to say make wallet, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is just to differentiate them a little bit, but there's, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, it could be anything. We're just making quick little passwords. Okay, so the new wallet's public key is this. The private key is this. Its wallet address and everything like that. If we come back over to our little folder here, we can see that we have another one. So the first one that we created is this one. Both of these say they have a balance of 0. If we look at this other new one, you can see it also has a balance of 0. So we're going to think of a hypothetical situation here in a bit. First of all, we have to create a token to transact between people. So let's do that. We're going to say token, which starts up the prompt for making a token. And we're going to say test. We're going to make the symbol also test. We're going to say its value, which is, let's say in US dollars, is $1. Its initial supply, let's say it's 1 million tokens. And does it have a fixed supply? We're going to say true, but there are tokens out there that have floating supplies, which change. It's called a rebase and elastic token. I was working on a concept for one of these. We're not going to be demonstrating that today. We're just going to be demonstrating a fixed supply token. So in this case, in this hypothetical scenario here, we have 1 million tokens that will always exist. No more, no less. There will always be a supply of 1 million tokens. And the owner of this token is going to be, we're going to say it's the first one that we created was this one. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to paste in our address. And we're just going to go and see what happened here. So a new block was added to the blockchain. The most recent block contains token created. Token ID is this. Token created by me, this wallet. Its block index is 85 because there's 85 blocks on the blockchain right now. The block hash is this. The previous hash is this. It checks to see all the way back to the Genesis block if that was true, and if it is, it validates the block if the hashes line up. And the most recent block was signed by my wallet that created it and the token address. We can see now that this created a token test with a value of 1, token supply of 1 million, token balance of 1 million, and is a fixed token. And we can then go, we can see that here inside of our JSON file that this has been written successfully to a JSON file. But we can also come here and we can say, oh, now I want to see how many tokens that I have in my. So we're going to say wallet tokens. And the address, we should still have the same one here. And this should say now, should show us that we have the token here. We'll come over to our second node over here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to say wallet tokens, but we're going to take our other address we created, our other wallet, and we're just going to paste that in. And we're going to see that this says this blockchain, or this wallet, does not have any tokens. So, imagine this scenario. This is Bob, this is Alice. Bob wants to send Alice 1,000 of these tokens. Well, we can do a transaction here. So with transact, enter the wallet that we'd like to send funds from. We'll take our holding wallet, the one that holds the tokens. And we'll come over here. We'll just paste that in. We're going to want to send test. And we're going to want to receive that. Alice is going to want to get these tokens. We're going to come over here and we'll just put that in there. And the amount of the deposit we'll say is 1,000 of these tokens. So then this should have occurred here. No token found, importing the token. And then I have the tokens. I sent 1,000, so that minus 1,000 from me. This should give 1,000 tokens to Alice. Transaction was successful between Bob and Alice. 1,000 was sent, so now there's 999,000 here and 1,000 in the other token. And the new block was added to the blockchain. The most recent block contains this, and that 1,000 was sent. Shows the new balances. Its index is 86. Here's the hashes. It was signed by both of our wallets, and it was confirmed to be true. So now we can say wallet tokens. We'll do it here. We'll look at Bob's wallet. I need to go and get the address again. We'll come over here and we'll paste that in. And we see that now we have 999. There's still a total fixed supply of 1,000,000 of these tokens. But now Alice has the other 1,000. We can confirm that by coming over to this wallet. And you say wallet tokens. And we'll go and get her address. And we see that she has 1,000 of test. So that's about it for the demonstration of the functionality of creating tokens, creating wallets, sending tokens between two different wallets as a proof of concept here. The last thing I want to show off here is that I have this thing here which says visualize the current blockchain. In this command we can actually see the whole blockchain. So we'll say see. And this will show us every single block that has ever been created. So there's 86 right now because these are all test transactions I've done back and forth, testing different things between different wallets and whatnot. And this goes all the way back to the Genesis block at the top. So we can scroll all the way up, but what's the point? Alice can also see, if she wants to, in her end, every single block on the blockchain. And what this is actually visualizing is we'll come here for a second. We'll minimize both of these. And we're going to say node 1. And in here we're going to have blockchain.txt. And this is actually what we're looking at here. This JSON file being visualized inside the program. So the blockchain exists as a JSON file. Here we have our Genesis block, which says this is the Genesis block. And then every single transaction, test transactions from the first thing I did, where the first transaction is just a transaction that says new balance, all the way down to this last one that we just did, 86. And these hashes will be consistent all the way up. You could go and see this is 39, here's 39. This is wait a second, sorry. Where's the hashes? Here's the hash. The hash previous hash. So this hash is this. The previous hash is this. So this one's hash should be that. This previous hash is this. So this one's hash should be that. All the way up to the top. So it's working as intended. It's a functioning blockchain on my machine. If I was to delete this file, blockchain.txt, the next time you load up the node, it'll generate a new Genesis block and start over again. So that is something that happens. Okay, so that's about it. Talking about this blockchain project here, demonstrating what we have going on. I was starting working on peer-to-peer communication. The only problem with peer-to-peer communication that I will talk about here today, so I can get into a little more what the plan is down the line. With peer-to-peer communication, there's so many obstacles in the way now, so many firewalls and problems that you have to deal with, that it makes it very impractical in today's world. So for instance, your machine has to have its ports open all the time to listen for anything coming in. Your router has to have either have open ports, or it has to do something called hole punching to allow something to punch through and get to the P2P, which is sends things from the router to the machine, and it has to do discovery and everything. And then there's the ISP side of things. In my case, the ISP was actually blocking packets that I was trying to send out to the internet and then get back to my own machine with a callback server. It would block those packets, and there was no way for me to get my packets back, so I could only test it on the local area network. So there's all these obstacles and problems that stop us from actually doing peer-to-peer. When Bitcoin first came out, it was actually a peer-to-peer blockchain. Peer-to-peer. No discovery server, nothing like that. So for the next step, I'm going to be expanding this concept out, and I'm working on a server side using Azure right now for the blockchain, and actually a whole concept called the block matrix, the Thetis block matrix, which is the long-term evolution of this project. But for today, I just wanted to demonstrate the proof of concept of our blockchain here that has working blocks and block hashing, going back to the Genesis block, functioning blockchain, functioning wallets, functioning transactions between wallets on the machine. There's no client-side application yet. It's all in console app, but it is a functioning blockchain that has multiple different uses. I could put the source code out there if people are interested. If you want to make your own blockchains, I can put out my source code. I'm happy to give the source code for this project. All right, that's about it for today. Thank you for paying attention. That's about it.